What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and man, there is a lot going on in Congress right now. This is your stimulus and infrastructure bill update. Now, I've got a ton of video footage for you of things that are happening right now in Congress. The Senate and President Joe Biden are working away to try to get Senator Joe Manchin convinced to vote for this Build Back Better stimulus reconciliation bill. Now, in addition to that, we're also hearing, and I've got the video footage for you, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is saying today they're going to be voting to increase the debt ceiling, also pass through the defense bill, along with a number of agenda items. I'm going to be sharing with you exactly what he had to say, and he is again confirming all of this is going to get done before the end of the year. That is right. So, in addition to all of these items, also getting done with stimulus reconciliation. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But we're also hearing today, Republicans are vocalizing the fact that the CBO score has come out and said that this bill is going to be significantly more expensive than Democrats are leading on. And they're saying, listen, it's going to be adding over the course of the next 10 years a lot to the national debt, and we already have inflation at a 40-year high. We need to stop this. And they're saying it's a scheme, it's a gimmick by Democrats. They're introducing these provisions and they're saying, oh, we're only going to extend them out for 1, 2, or 3 years. And they're saying, well, they have made it clear that they're trying to introduce these, have society want to continue them on and adopt them, and then over the course of 10 years, if these get extended, it will continue to add to the nation's debt. And I've got the video footage so you can see it for yourself. Now, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think about this? Should we end this bill and all of these provisions to stop the debt that's happening, that's causing inflation? Should we maybe cut out the child tax credit, which we heard Senator Joe Manchin vocalize literally today and suggest cut that out? It's one of the most underrated provisions in there that is going to be adding the most to inflation. Also, maybe we could add more stimulus provisions in. A lot of people aren't happy with the state of the bill as it doesn't have a fourth federal level check or unemployment extensions. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I have heard all of these opinions on this bill. But you guys, I've got the video footage. I'm going to be sharing it with you so you can know exactly what's happening, because there is a lot happening right now in Congress. So let's go ahead and dive right in. But first, just wanted to also say thanks for all the support on that second channel, Steve Ram Finance, over 1,000 subscribers already. I'm really excited about it. If you're somebody that's interested in growing wealth, learning about personal finance, maybe you're starting completely over and you want to launch a business, learn about investing, that is the channel for you. I will pin a comment down below. All you got to do is click the link, go subscribe, turn on notifications, and when we launch closer towards the end of the year, I think it's going to be helping out a lot of people. Really excited about it. But right now, let's get you caught up on economic news, and let's start off by smashing the like button. Just takes a second, really helps me out a ton. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, don't forget, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, totally free. You can come join the Ram fam, and I'll keep you up to speed on everything going on. And yes, I know there's a lot. So if you got any questions as well, I'm easy to get a hold of directly. All you got to do is shoot me a DM on Instagram at SteveRam3, and I'll go through my DMs and do my best to get you any answers to any questions that you might have. But with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and dive right in and take a look at all this video footage coming out right now today in Congress. And let's start off with Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, what he had to say, confirmation of getting everything done, and then what Republicans are saying about that CBO score that came out on the stimulus reconciliation bill, saying it's going to be more expensive than you think. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Mr. President.
The Majority Leader is recognized.
Now today, Mr. President, the Senate will vote to advance at least one more Biden judicial nominee. We'll move forward on our annual defense bill. We'll vote on the motion to proceed on legislation to raise the debt ceiling, all hopefully before we start the afternoon. It's a busy day for the Senate, so let me break down each of these items in some detail. On the legislative front, later this morning, the Senate will vote to invoke cloture on the annual defense bill, negotiated on a bicameral, bipartisan basis. For over 60 years, the NDAA, National Defense Authorization Act, has passed without fail on a mostly bipartisan basis. So I thank all of my colleagues for working in good faith to getting this defense bill done. The Senate will then turn to the critical matter of addressing the debt limit in order to avoid a first-ever default on our sovereign debt. Last week, Democrats and Republicans came together to pass legislation setting up a fast-track process for addressing the debt limit. Today, we're going to complete that process, and it will come in 2 steps. First, as I said, we'll vote on the motion to proceed, followed by a vote on final passage later today. Thanks to last week's agreement between Democrats and Republicans, today's motion to proceed will be set at a majority threshold. Once we're on the bill, no amendments will be in order, debate will be limited to 10 hours, and we hope to yield back debate time on our side to keep this progress moving. The resolution we will vote on will provide for raising of the debt limit to a level commensurate with funding necessary to get into 2023. As I have said repeatedly, this is about paying debt accumulated by both parties. So I'm pleased Republicans and Democrats came together to facilitate a process that has made addressing the debt ceiling possible. I want to thank the Republican leader and all my Republican colleagues who reached out across the aisle in good faith to bring us to this point. No brinksmanship, no default on the debt, no risk of another recession. Responsible governing has won on this exceedingly important issue. The American people can breathe easy and rest assured there will not be a default. So once again, I thank the Republican leader and my Republican colleagues who voted with us to address this issue. The Senate can be done with this matter before the end of the day, crossing another major item off of our December to-do list. Off the floor, Democrats continue working to put the Senate in a position to act on President Biden's Build Back Better Act, along with the timeline I've set out for our caucus. This week, bipartisan birdbath meetings with the parliamentarian will continue, and I thank my colleagues, the parliamentarian and her team, for working through this important and difficult process. The President will also continue his conversations with our caucus as we hash out the final details of the legislation. Build Back Better is moving forward, and I thank all of my colleagues and the President for their diligence and their commitment to get this done.
So there you have it. That was Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer on the floor covering everything that is going to be happening today. Now, in addition to that, we also have Republicans now vocalizing the debt and inflation that could be caused from the CBO score on the Build Back Better bill. So let's go ahead and take a look at that right now as well, and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.
But before we get to that, I just want to go back to last week's topic, gimmicks, because since we had our last news conference, the CBO has finally added its voice to what I consider to be the only chart that really matters. Last week we talked about the fact that Penn Wharton and the CRFB had both scored the bill without the gimmicks, showing its true cost to be $4.6 to $4.8 trillion. CBO has now joined in and said, no, that's actually $4.9 trillion. So we finally have the scorekeeper for Congress weighing in on what the true cost of this bill is. That should be game over. But instead, we continue to see the effort underway to adjust language in the Byrd process and to make other changes, and we continue to hear the claim that the bill doesn't cost any money, that its cost is zero. The real cost, according to CBO now, is an additional $3 trillion. We've all been voting in a series of votes. The one that we're waiting to have come up next, that some of us may have to leave to go vote on, raises, or is the cloture vote on raising the debt ceiling by $2.5 trillion. And if this bill is passed, we'll need another debt ceiling increase for $3 trillion. And that's what should be discussed and should be the focus of debate today. The next chart here, we had this last week as well. Inflation is now at 6.8%. That's Friday's numbers, reaching a 40-year high. The average change in prices paid by consumers for goods has gone up by 6.8%. Gasoline prices up 60% over last year. Meat prices, another large contributor. Bacon up 21%. The producer price index is up 9.6% today, the fastest pace on record. These are measures of average prices that producers receive for their output. We have raging inflation, we have raging debt, and we have raging spending, and if this bill passes, raging tax increases that are going to harm the economy and further drive the inflation problems we face today. That should be the focus of discussion.
So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts. A whole lot happening right now in Congress. The Senate is working away, and we're going to be seeing what's going to come with Senator Joe Manchin, the President, the Senate, the Build Back Better bill, stimulus reconciliation, what's going to be unfolding with stimulus provisions. And you guys, whatever happens, I'll be sure to keep you up to date and report it to you here on the channel. And as always, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, take a quick second to smash the like button. Helps out the channel a ton with the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here, you want to stay up to date, come join the Ram fam, totally free. All you got to do, smash the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. If you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. And if you want to learn about personal finance and growing wealth, consider joining that second channel, Steve Ram Finance, going to be launching closer towards the end of the year. I'll pin a comment down below. And with that being said, you guys, hope this reaches you well. Thank you so much for joining me. I will catch you in the next video. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.